Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. I'm here on the daily time frame. We can see that Bitcoin is, at the time of recording this video update, Bitcoin is still holding above the June low, which formed here where that red line is positioned around $98,600. We're also holding above the white line around $99,400, which is the 55-week exponential moving average. And so support levels are still holding, the most immediate ones. Obviously also Bitcoin did close once more above the 100K level. The $100,000 level is an important one, is a psychological support level as well. So we just, it kind of makes sense to track price structures in this region very, very closely. I said after the Tuesday sell-off, we're probably about to lose 100K now. I said after the Tuesday sell-off that we are switching from a, let's say, short-term bearish perspective to a cautious one, more of an observational viewpoint, more observational, cautious stance than short-term bearish. Not because we've seen any reversal patterns yet, but because the price hit this critical support area. So it made sense, first of all, to watch which structures are developing from this region before, before continuing with a clearly bearish stance, even though I said until we break above 105K, which is the first resistance area here, the 50% retracement of the decline, and also previous support levels, which now act as resistance. So until we actually break above it, there is no real reversal signal. Now, I did already put it into my member update earlier today. Despite those 2 days or after those 2 days of waiting and observing, I can say there isn't really any convincing reversal structure, okay? So I think the patterns we discussed before remain valid. The downside impulse structure in this yellow scenario, which is the directly bearish downside impulse in yellow, this remains plausible and I think remains for now even the leading scenario. But I'm very much aware of and cautious about this orange scenario. If we get a bounce above 105K, the move to the upside could develop, let's say, as a larger bounce into the B wave resistance, and then from there sell off later. Basically, the yellow count is indicating a downside impulse might be unfolding, whereas in the orange scenario, it is a diagonal pattern. 1, 2, A, B, C in wave 3, then wave 4, wave 5. It's a slightly different count that allows for a larger bounce, but I have to say at the moment there isn't even any signal that this B wave bounce has started. There was a chance yesterday, but we'll take a look at that on the smaller time frame. But if we talk about parameters, we have a first resistance area and then an upper resistance area, which is located between $109,400 and $112,400. So you've got two resistance clusters here on the chart. Until we even break above the first one, there is no sign of a recovery. Now let's also take a look at the short-term chart. By the way, I encourage you to also follow us on X. I posted an update about Bitcoin there earlier today. So you get sometimes really, nearly live updates there as well. Not as many as in our gold membership, but some additional ones, some bonus ones, some updates about coins that are not even covered on YouTube. So check it out. I'll leave a link for you guys in the comment section. So let's take a look at the short-term chart for Bitcoin. If you watched yesterday's video, then you're already aware of this descending price channel here. And in this descending price channel, the market continues to grind lower on a very local level. And on this very local level, we're tracking an impulse. And as I said before, until we break above 105K, there is no sign this impulse to the downside is breaking. I've got a wave 1, I've got a wave 2. And the question is circle wave 3 still unfolding? It could be, even though we had quite a sizable bounce in an internal fourth wave. So I cannot rule out that circle wave 4 is already done. But again, that's just labeling. It's a question of wave degree. Which move down is it that could unfold next? Either way, as long as we're holding below 105K, pressure is downward in an impulse. Only a break above 105k would open the door to that larger B wave bounce I mentioned. In that case, then the 109,380 to 112,400 area will be the next, that will be just the next key resistance area. I'm also paying very close attention to this descending price channel here that we have on the chart. And yeah, it would take a break above the upper boundary, as I said, to even signal that some kind of a recovery is unfolding, right? So we have basically 3 stages of resistance. The yellow line yesterday didn't matter so much because had the price recovered, it would have been like 105k would have been a breakout point. Now, because resistance is dynamic in this price channel, it's obviously coming down this trend line. It's now coming in this trend line at around 104k. If we recover now, then it's the 104k level, which could provide structural resistance. But you see, we haven't even managed to, let's say, attack this first trend line. And we have here in the very short term a pullback, no sign that the next move up started. The bounce from the Tuesday low is a 3-wave move up, so we are left without any confirmation that a larger recovery is underway. What I'm watching for is potentially that this morphs into some kind of a triangle pattern. Yeah, because a wave 4 can be a triangle. So that we get a series, maybe over the weekend, of higher lows and lower highs before we then get possibly a further breakout to the downside. I'm just very, that's what I said earlier this week, like we might spend some time in this range. And that's because we're dealing with these 4-5 patterns. And so far that's come true. I know it's not what people want to see because it's getting boring again. I haven't seen enough evidence for a triangle because we literally have only seen a first bounce in our pullback. We need to wait if this forms a higher low. If it does, and then we get a lower high, maybe over the weekend, then the triangle pattern is a real it's more than a potential then that's something that we can really track in detail at the moment. However, it's too early to really confirm that. And so the key levels here remain the Tuesday low, and the June low around 98.5 to 99.2k, and then the 105k level actually. These are the key levels in the very, very short term. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, as I said, I invite you to join us on X as well for additional charts, updates, news, and much more. You can also find some video updates that are released only here. So check it out. I'll leave a link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.